Alright, so I feel like this day and age, all the old heads will say, these kids always on their phones and things like that. And I just shouldered the wall. But I feel like I think anybody can observe and has observed have anybody who has observed this generation realizes giving kids phones and access to the internet like they were given was a completely ignorant and dumb idea.
Where the audience go, baby line goes where the islands go. Baby line where the islands go. Baby line where the islands
I guess I'm gonna break down this video. I don't want, if I ever have kids, or I'm blessed enough to have kids, they will not be getting a phone. They will not be getting internet access. I mean, like, supervised, like, I will be, like, really supervised internet access. They're not gonna be just freely roaming the internet. And by the time then, I'll probably give them to them when they're like 18, give them a phone or something, because not happening. And people might say I've heard of when I don't think I've told anyone. I've probably told somebody, but I've heard other people say the exact same thing I just said, and people's response was that's too extreme. And like, I feel like, yeah, you're a slow one. If you think, I don't know. I don't think people who say that say I'm too extreme understand how the internet really works and the problems it has. Let me just say this. I'll give y'all an example. A couple days ago, I didn't download Twitter actually. I had Twitter on my browser, and there was this dude. I forgot his. It's like I don't know, bro. It's just like IXW. This is one of those weird names. But he has Batman animated clips. He posts shorts or clips of Batman, the animation, DC. Y'all ain't comic nerds if you watching, bro. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. He posts clips of those, right? And he posted in like a Twitter format. And I went to the Twitter browser to look up his Twitter and see, because I was trying to steal some clips. I'm not gonna lie, but I looked up his Twitter name, and I kid you not, bro. First video that popped up wasn't his account. Maybe I mistyped it. That could have been it. But even so, I didn't mistype it in a way. I wasn't that far off to where it should have shown me what it showed me. But it showed me a video. It was a post. It was like this. I've seen this video before, actually. This was a longer version, but it was a video of, and disclaimer, what I'm about to say, trigger warning or whatever, disturbing warning, I'm really tripping, bro. I'm really tripping balls. I gotta turn on all the lights. It's not that I'm scared, it's just like, I don't know what's going on, man. But anyway, man, light bill is gonna be crazy for my dad. Apologize. But pretty much, man, I should actually turn that light off. It's not like, anyway, I'm just paranoid. Anyway, bro, it was this post explaining a situation with these two girls. Again, it's a disclaimer, but it was explaining the situation with these two girls. I forgot specifically what the caption said, but it was just a brief summary of the situation. Disclaimer. The video, it was these two girls probably in a low, It wasn't that low income, but they were in like, I will assume they're in low income. They had a gun and they were being dumb. They were like probably 14, 15, 16. Something like that. Around my age. Had a gun playing with. This video is probably from years. I'm really stuttering. I'm really like dipping around it. I'll get to the point. They were playing around with a gun. Girl in like a gray hoodie accidentally shot the girl. One of her friend, might be a sister, I don't know. Shot the girl, and yeah. And she dropped to the ground, and I don't specifically know this. When I first saw the video, I think someone in the comments said the other girl shot herself after. Dang, this is getting dark. I'm sorry. This is getting really dark. This is getting dark. My bad. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing to kind of like, you know. But I'm pretty sure the other dude said she finished. She did it to herself because she felt split a moment thing. It happened so fast. And like the longer version, you know, parents knocking on the door trying to see it, and then I think her brother peeped in the door like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? Blah 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 blah. And that I got shown that video again by mistyping a dude's name on Twitter. It's just a random video. Like I shouldn't have gotten what I got, but I got it shown off of a search, and that's what I saw. Just like that. Now imagine me, if you're a parent, want to be a future parent. Imagine if I was your kid, bro. 5, 6-year-old, gave him a little iPad. They got Twitter. Even like 13-year-old, even like 13-year-old, 12-year-old, even like young kid, try to look up freaking anime, some anime or something, bro, on Twitter, and boom, sees that, clicks that, and sees something like that happening. Like, do you understand do you understand how like, bro, that's crazy. And I feel like parents don't. It really seems like y'all don't think about things like that. It seems like the millennials don't understand fully the internet. They don't understand the internet, for real. How disturbing it gets. Like, how crazy it gets. Now, to be fair, nowadays, things are different. Like, 2018 was a mass shift. Not for Twitter, but, like, it was a mass shift. And it was, you know, cancel culture got involved. Like, a lot of things shifted after 2018. But, like, 2010, I was 5. Introduced, and I had a desktop, so like, you know, this early 2010, mid 2010, like, it was a different landscape. You could see certain things on YouTube that you can't see now, that just won't be allowed. There are certain sites, like, it's harder to see random things like that, not specifically on Twitter, because clearly, but like, it's harder to see random things like that just on the internet surfing. Like, it's hard. It's more difficult. You have to generally be searching. It's hard to see something like that randomly. You probably have to search for it. You have to know where to find stuff like that, weird stuff like that. And so it's kind of, I guess the internet's kind of safer, but like, it's still the internet, you know? It's you know, it's better. I wouldn't say it's safe, you know, at all. It's safer than when I got introduced to the internet. It's definitely safer than when the internet first got installed, early 2000s, mid 2000s, like, definitely safer, bro. But the point I'm trying to make, if things like that, your child, I don't want my kids ever seeing something like that. Like, and the reason why I'm like, because I don't like, you know, I'm not freaking out, but it's just like, I would never want my kids seeing something like that. Prawn, I don't want my kid getting introduced to that. Introduced to stuff like that. Like, no. Another thing parents have to think about, instead of just their kids seeing death videos and stuff like that, is the fact that, let me break down how kids work nowadays, right? So let's say they get introduced to phone, 15, let's say you're 14-year-old, all right? So, wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock, be to school at 7. 7 hours, school's like 7 hours. Sometimes it's 8 different in the States, but let's say basic 7 hours. 7 hours they're at school, take 2 hours to get ready, so like, I don't know, 9 hours. 9 hours, y'all aren't really interacting, y'all aren't really you're not parenting them. For that 7 hours of school, they're getting taught by teachers, they're getting influenced by their friends, probably not the best friends, because we've all been in high school, we all know how people act, bro, you know? So they're probably not being influenced by the right people. And then they go home, but they have their phone. You think like, any parent, like, I don't know how to explain this, and I don't want it will sound extreme, but I don't know many kids who sit up at the dinner table and just talk to their parents about their day anymore. I don't hear that. That's just in shows. That's never happened to me, really. Like, I've only seen that in the Cartoon Network and like shows and sitcoms. I've never ever experienced that or seen that. I have seen that over other friends' house, over some of my other friends' house when they had like, you know, parents or some sort of like kind of, I guess, family structure. But most teens, at least when you're younger, like when you're 12, like I guess, but bro, 13 up, like that doesn't happen. You know, you're not talking to your parents at the dinner table. What was your day? And generally having a conversation with them. They're on their phone. They're on their tablet for how many so hours? And then maybe you'll get a conversation in it with them somewhat. But like most of the time, they're on their phone doing their own thing, doing whatever, searching the web, and then sleep. Let's just say, for the point is, majority of the day, you're not parenting your kid. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, millennials gave their kids iPads in the first place. Because, I don't have to parent. I don't have to tell boss this little niggling around. He give him an iPad and he'll shut up. Like, no more crying. The iPad is the new Binky. Or what's the new Binky? And I was like, iPhones, all this other stuff, gaming PCs and all this other stuff. But they realized, people felt like they don't really got the parent. I don't have to yell at this person if I just give them my phone. They can just play Candy Crush. But they're not going to be playing Candy Crush forever. Like, they're going to evolve. And for some parents, this is easy. Like, not easy, because parenting is it's not like it's just a walk in the park that you gave them a phone. But like, it's like, wow, they're cool. I don't have to stress. Woo. But as you get older, you realize, dang, I'm missing out on a connection with my kids. They don't talk to me. They don't know how to have a conversation with me. They don't listen to me. I wonder why they don't listen to you. Because through about at least 10 hours a day, you haven't been parenting them through these years. There's a lot of millennial parents are running into this. Their kids don't listen to them. Why do you think that? Because through 7 hours out of the day, they were at school, you weren't there, you weren't talking to them, you weren't teaching them. They were learning from probably a couple bad influences, a couple good ones maybe, but, you know, different freaking kids and the teacher, and they get home and they're on their phone most of the time. You know, you're not the main influence in their lives. You're not even a real parent to them. You're just the person who birthed them. Like, and that's a tough reality to swallow. But like that, you know, that's crazy. And it's crazy how these conspiracy theorists would like probably make it like this is what the government wanted. Because if you look back, like it never used to be like this. It used to be, you know, back in like primal days or whatever. I'm not gonna go to primal days. Let's just say back in like old America, right? The wife is cooking and teaching their kids, spending time with the kids throughout the day. Because this is before we even had schools. The woman is teaching the kid, feeding the kid throughout the day. They're just getting parenting time. Dad comes home from getting his money, He'll come home with stories, and then he's getting that time. Or they might hang out, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like there's this the OG family dynamic was pretty simple and cohesive, and it if it was healthy, if it went the right way, you would see good working families, Kids have good relationships with their parents. Dads were a great role model and a great foundation for the family, and everything worked out. Then when we enter school, things kind of changed, right? Because like, let's say, let me bring up an example. Like, let's say now women can work right now. Not saying that's a bad thing. Don't take it out of context now. But now girls can work, and school's a thing. So, and I feel like it might have been a lot of, don't quote me on this, but this might not have been the whole situation. But let's say the dude's working now, but the wife can also work. So now it's like, oh, I can get extra money to help the family, maybe. So let's say the mom and dad are working, kids at school. Now they don't. Now it limits the amount of time they're spending with their parents. Throughout the years, throughout these decades, gradually, kids have started spending less time with their parents. To the point where now, no one's really parenting them. I kind of skipped this, but no one's really parenting them. The internet is parenting them. The internet, kids have been institutionalized by the internet. You know, you're like, the internet is the main, and here's the thing, it's so deep, bro. But here's another concept I was thinking. Like, why do you think kids have idols now? Why do you think kids look up to, and I should have said this in my idol video, but I didn't think of that thing at the time, but these kids, the reason why they look up celebrities and idolize these celebrities, because they've never met them. They've never seen them. They've never generally talked to them. They're a person on a screen, far away, living a luxurious, expensive life that we've been programmed to think that's amazing, but it can be. But you see these random individuals living in far out places, right, that you can't seem to never reach. And, bro, my phone, bro, don't die on me, please. But you see these random people in far out, good-looking places that you feel like you'll never reach, living these luxury life, and they seem like the upstanding gentlemen. These idolizations form. There's a reason why, a lot of kids don't idolize their parents. Or, you're not really supposed to idolize anyway, but they don't look for their parents as like their main role model, kind of. This is a theory. It's not looking at it, might be sounding a lot dumb, but like these kids, they look at their parents as just normal people, mid people. Like, you're just another person, Their parents seem disappointing compared to, let's say, a rich dude in the Hamptons. You have all these women going on these adventures and stuff like that. This is the person they look up to and follow. And I think that's partly due to, that probably forms with kids obviously being on their phones and not having enough parental interaction. I kind of butchered that on that point. But the main point of this is that stop giving your kids internet access so early, at least. Be in your kids' lives, I've heard, if they see this, I'm sick of hearing these noises, man. If they see this, if the people who see this, who I'm referring to, I've heard multiple people say, or at least act like, pretty much put out the idea that they're just gonna allow their kids to adapt to their lifestyle, which, like, that obviously happens. Like, I obviously adapted to, like, my dad's lifestyle, But, like, what I mean by that is that they don't plan on putting their kids in the best environment. They want to be in the best environment for them they pretty much want to be in the best environment for them and then have their kids adapt to it, even though it might not be the best environment for them. And I feel like that's a bad mindset to have for your kids. Why, if you can create a better environment for your children, and you choose not to because it like interferes with your work or something like that, like I just feel like kids always come first, bro. They're the next generation. If you have a kid, that person's bigger than you. Like, that individual's bigger than you. That should be your like top priority. You know, people, you know, dog, like, I don't think people understand, bro. I think people feel like they've lived great. You know, of course, a lot of people, seem to turn out fine without, like, the normal family and stuff. So a good majority of people probably feel like, I don't need that, but it's the best. I don't know, bro. Let me just shut up, bro. My point has been made. If y'all like the video. Yeah. Also plan on a little news thing. I plan on getting a digital camera. I want to be able to do vlogs at school when I go back. I don't know when. I might do it a couple days before Christmas break and just vlog around school. That's gonna be a very nerve-wracking thing. Hopefully I don't have an anxiety attack, but that's the plan. Stay tuned for that in a couple weeks. I also plan to have to post in December. Look out for the basketball video. I've taken a good break from basketball, I'm not gonna lie again. Because, mental stuff. But I'll be able to post a video on it pretty soon, next month. And yeah. Like the video, maybe share the video. I'm blessed.